Hey guys, it's Bob again, and we have Q&A part 2. I hope some of you guys were actually looking forward to it. Some of these questions are going to be answered super quick. Some of them are going to take a while, just for some fact that they're more detailed questions, like things I have to really think about. So, for the first question, what is the meaning of life in your words? Bro, like, come on, man. Like, why I have to do some deep stuff like that? So, what is the meaning of life in my words? Honestly, I'm not too sure, but I'm going to go with to grow and contribute, because humans, as stated by somebody else, I didn't make this up myself, are ultimate adaptation machines. That's how we got to the point we are today. We kept growing, and then once we grew some more, and that is something we're really good at. We learned how to talk, speak. That's the same damn thing, but we learned how to talk, we learned how to walk, we learned how to create, we learned how to build. We conquered the entire world, and we're destroying it. We might conquer another one, so we're ultimate adaptation machines. And then the contributing part is, without any sort of contributions, the world wouldn't be the way it is now. You know, that contribution, that person who thought about how to create a TV and like constructed the flat screen TV and shared it with the world, allowed us to progress to even better TVs and things of that nature. So something that I think about though is like fulfilling your purpose. Probably that is the meaning of life, fulfilling your purpose, which is for each individual differently. Like, I just keep entertaining this thought that sometimes we live our life, right? And if we don't fulfill our purpose, we return again. And then we keep returning until we fulfill our purpose. And I really think about that with deja vu, for the simple fact that I feel like, hey, I'm getting deja vu because I don't feel like I already experienced it. I already did in some alternate reality, and I didn't fulfill my purpose. So that's why I'm resetting and having to do all this nonsense again. And each time I get deja vu is to tell me, hey, you already experienced this. This is not the path you're supposed to be marching down, because if you was marching down the right path, you wouldn't be experiencing this whole deja vu thing. But let's move on. If you have any more questions about that, feel free to have that type of discussion with me, because I like discussions like that. So the next question, dogs or cats? See, I'll be answering questions like hella weird. Dogs or cats? I don't know. I've never owned a cat, but I'm gonna select dog, but only because I own a dog, right? So dogs, I heard they're hella dependent. Like, the comparison between the two. Dogs are hella dependent. They can't clean themselves, and they're annoying, and they always on top of you on some playful stuff. Every time I walk in the house, this dog, right, there's a gate between where the dog is and the door, and I walk into the living room and just try to like have a little sit down, and all I'm hearing is this dog crying with the all that, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that, bro, and it'd be driving me crazy. So I always have to open the gate, interact with this man if he wants to get off my case. And then my son always wants to be cuddling up with the homie, bro. This is at a certain point where, chill, bro, I can't move my leg, right? I don't even like keeping my door open for the simple fact I'm not there, right? This dog will lay on my pillow, bro. I'm not talking about put his head on my, he's putting his balls on my pillow, bro. I do not want dog balls on my pillow. I do not want to lay my head on that pillow, bro. So I be locking the door or whatever. But I chill with the dog, bro. I love my dog. Want to know his name? His name is Prince. I did not name him that. If it was up to me, my boy would have been named Fluffy or some joint. Next question. Do you identify with your zodiac sign? I identify with my chart. Not only my sign, because some parts of it is like unexplainable. But at the same time, I usually, I acted a lot more like my son when I was a child, but I grew and more of the other traits, other parts of the chart started coming in. So yeah, I pretty much do for the most part. Because they say your sun is like your core, and I believe the Pisces does involve my core. And do not say you're a Pisces, because I know I'm a Pisces. Stop saying that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. So then we have, of course, you have your boy Justin having to say some weird stuff. He said gay porn or lesbian porn. I'm going to just keep it a grip with you. I do not identify as a fruit, so I will not go the gay porn route. And then the lesbian porn route, it's kind of boring, So if I have to pick, I'm picking none. But if you have to pick, I'm clearly going the route that does not make me identify as a fruit. Continuing. What do I want to do with my life? Honestly, it depends what type of way you're asking this question. You're asking it goal-orientated or like a job sort of thing. First of all, I do not want a job. I do not want anything that requires me to set an alarm and be at a certain place at a certain time for somebody else. I would love to live my life. So what do I want to do with my life? I want to live my life. But going a little bit more in depth into that sort of thing, like certain goals I have. Everybody knows that I want to do skydiving, bungee jumping, all that weird stuff. But they don't know some other stuff. Like for example, at one point I didn't want to get married because I felt like these females, bro, was stealing money. This is when I was 9. I was like, I'm never getting married because they be robbing niggas out here, right? But I want to get married, right? But I want to propose in Paris. That's beautiful, man. amazing, fantastic. By the Eiffel Tower, no, that's hella cheesy. It just got to be some nice little spot, you know what I mean? And like, I want to learn how to flip, you know, eat $100 meal, you know, stuff like that. Just a lot of things that I want to do. If you're talking more daily life, I want to just live, you know, be able to take my kids to school. And I want to be a person that inspires other people, but at the same time, you know, can be inspired by myself. Like, I'm waking up in the morning and I'm inspired to do something. I don't want to wake up in the morning being dreadful. I want to wake up in the morning being excited for what I have for this day and the next day. Excited to go through the day and whatnot. And even more so on that thing, something that I really think about that I want to experience is, it's kind of like a euphoric thing, for me at least, right? So picture this, nice house, high rise, whatever you want to call it. It's a house though. You know, you have a nice little balcony and whatnot, and you're staring at like a sunset, you know, sunset or a sunrise, most likely a sunset because nobody's up at a sunrise time, right? Right behind you, you have your kids, you know, playing or whatever they're doing, like even if they're silent, just chilling, right? And you have your wife in the bed or girlfriend, whatever you want to call that, bro, because it depends, you know, just a significant other. And then you got a nice little wine in your hand, you know, of course in a glass, right? A wine glass in your hand, a little bit of wine, you sipping it, and the wind is like blowing through your hair, you know, probably bald headed, but blowing through your hair, whatever, and you're sipping your wine in the sunset, and your kid's like, Dad, come play with me, because we don't do that daddy shit, you feel me? But yeah, I don't know why, but I kind of picture that, and I want to do something like that, you know? Of course, it got to be unplanned, because it wouldn't really feel right if it's planned, you know? Tell, hey, kids, stay in the background, like, play in bed. You know, I just want to be someone that my family, myself, and my kids can be proud of. Also, I want to create generational wealth. Let's add that joint in, you know what I mean? Next question, what are my goals in life? I pretty much went over a lot of those things, but let's do a little bit more. You know, I want to give out food to the homeless, like a lot one day, like probably $100 worth, 100,000 worth, 10,000 worth, you know, something like that, a good amount. Want to, you know, relax in the Bahamas, you feel me? Something like that, have kids, you know, ride at the back of a train, bro. If you've been on an MTA train, there's like little handles. I want to ride at the back of that joint. It's like, yeah, you know, something like that. That'll be kind of lit, bro. That'll be kind of lit. Another goal, I would say, pretty sure I just mentioned this, generational wealth. I want to have money that I can pass on to my kids. Something like that. You know, you have to be super rich for that, but anything is possible. Put your mind and effort into it. Let's keep it a grip. I'm doing this, and I have a long list of excuses why I should not and could not be doing this, but I still did it, and I'm still doing it, and I will complete it. I'm talking about the challenge, of course. But next question, if you wrote a book, what would it be about? Honestly, everybody can answer this question the same way. My life, you know, I would talk about my life, but to write a book about your life, which is something I think is one of my goals too, to write a book about myself. But to write a book about your life, you have to actually do something significant and, you know, inspiring. If it's going to be a good book, you can't just talk about, hey, I joined the rat race, I retired at 65, I want to kill myself. Some shit like that it's not going to be a book that you can be proud of. Or would it just be some half-assed attempt of, you know, writing your story down in history? You know? Kind of lame, but as I said, if I wrote a book about my life, it would have to, like, I would have to have a significant life and a life that's somewhat worth being told. And yeah, hopefully I can do something like that in the future, right? So am I going to prom? If not, why? So the way I think about my prom participation, I guess, is take this, create a segment, right? Put a dot, make a line, then put another dot. Segment A, B, right? Say the dot A or whatever, that point A, right, is who I am today, right? And then point B is who I want to be. Depending on how much track I cover between the time, like right now, versus when I have to actually make my decision is whether or not I'm going to prom. Certain amount of that space has to be filled. Of course, I can't get all the way to B because that's a journey, like a very long journey. So it depends who I am by the time prom happens and whether or not I'm going. But honestly, I want to go to a little bit more in detail about this, but this video is becoming hella long right now, so I'm just going to skip over that. And if you want to learn more about that, feel free to talk to me. Alright, next question. How do you get good grades? To be honest, a lot of you guys are gonna like traditional advice would be like study hard, study this or that. Anything in life you don't really need to do hard, you can do smart, right? But I'm not gonna take any of the traditional approaches of giving advice. It's not advice, you want to know about me. Okay, so how do I get good grades in school? I know what I deserve, or I think I know what I deserve, right? A lot of you guys don't talk to the teachers when your grade is not where where it is or where you want it to be or where you expect. I'm that guy, bro. Like, if Billy over here marked this wrong on the test, but I know that's right, I will talk to Billy, bro. And Billy changes it, you know? I always do that. If anything, ask any of the teachers. I was known like that since freshman year. Nowadays, not really too hard on it. But honestly, the way I'm going to answer this question is taking the approach of what you believe you deserve and conditionings and standards. What standard you hold yourself to is the standard you're going to be approaching. If you say you're an F student, you will mimic the habits and the way you carry yourself academics wise as an F student. If you start believing yourself to be an A student, you're going to be an A student. It's mindset wise. How do I personally get by? I believe I can do this because how I started off in high school really helped me, you know? I got good grades at the beginning of high school, so I believed I deserved those grades constantly, and it kept getting better. 10th grade year was the best year, bro. 10th grade year, yo, that was the best grades, bro. And after that, even then, I was holding myself to that standard because I knew it was possible and I knew I can go higher than that. Pretty much it has to do with standards, right? Standards. That's most things in life anyways, right? This does not stray away from that. So, last question, thank God, but we're hella deep into this, bro. Best memory of 2019. Honestly, when I think about it like this, you know, there's nothing crazy that happened in 2019, but, you know, the kids, bro, you feel me? Working at the summer camp, summer 2019 was probably the most fun I had in a while. It was so fun. And even after the first week where I introduced myself to the kids or whatever, I only worked Wednesday through Friday, right? Anybody that talked to me that first week and the weekend and up until next time I went in on the Wednesday knew I kept saying, yo, I miss my kids, but I can't wait to go back in, all of that. That was my best memory of 2019. That whole summer, kids were absolutely awesome. Of course, there were bad times. I'm not just going to sugarcoat it, but overall, I had a lot of fun. And you know you're enjoying yourself in something when you wake up in the morning excited to go. Because I was waking up in the morning excited again, excited to hurry up, get ready, and go do some work. You feel me? Work, my guy. That was excitement for work. Are you serious? And I was working 8 hours a day, bro. That's how crazy it was. And I still enjoyed it because I was scared for the fact that it said 8 hours. Because I worked a max of like 5 to 6 hours with McDonald's. And that would have been the longest I would have done. It was like more like a real job. And honestly, I really enjoyed myself. Even the fact that when I was leaving every day that I went in, I was type sad, bro. And I was excited to start the next day. It was that fun. I was really enjoying myself. Hella crazy and fun experiences. I will go into some stories. I'm not trying to drag this on, but best memory of 2019, working with the kids all summer was a blast. And they taught me a lot of things. One of the kids, 7 years old, actually taught me how to win tic-tac-toe every single time, bro. And that's insane. How does this kid know that, bro? Like, what? Smart kid, bro. They're 7 years old, so kind of smart, not really, you know what I mean? But absolutely amazing. You had kids hitting the wall all the time, bro. If you ever see me hit the wall, I would hit it like a kid, a child now, for the simple fact that I kept seeing them do it, and I guess my body automatically associated that's how you do the joint. I look stupid, bro, honestly. But thank you guys for watching. I will go into any details you want for any of these questions, the answers to any of these questions. Feel free to ask me for them. I could even make separate videos about what you want to see. Always leave suggestions in the comments. Send me messages on Snapchat, Instagram, and tell me what you want to see. Even like walk up to me in person and be like, hey, I see what you're doing with the channel. Can you do a video on this or that? I would love to get those things out. But yeah, this was super long. Nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next video.
So move a little closer to me. So move a little closer.